Hello everybody, this is Babo Halo with the Saints Games, and let me just be clear, okay? I at first did not want to upload this story, but my friend suggested that I do after I told him it, so here it is. This is a story of absolute pain, torture, and suffering, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, direct. So, I got a story for you.
What is it?
So, this is, did I ever tell you about one of the most miserable, horrible experiences that has ever happened to me?
Was it a birthday?
It was not a birthday, surprisingly.
Oh, so no.
No? Oh, so do all bad experiences happen on birthdays?
Typically. Birthday parties.
Birthday parties. I've had a couple bad experiences happen during birthday parties. But, no. This is one that happened just the other day, and it was absolutely crazy. Would you like to hear?
Of course.
All right. So just for the record, this story just brings up horrific memories, right? It just, my soul, just starting it, it's already, I can feel my soul being crushed. You know,
You're getting the 1,000-yard stare or whatever.
Exactly. The icy grip of, death is clenching around my heart. All right. So anyway, a little while ago, right, the weatherman announced on the weather that it was going to start raining, right, and that it was going to rain for several days. And so I'm sitting there like, oh well, not a big deal, rain, like we get it all the time. But this was going to be basically the amount of rain that we get in like an 8-month period of time, right, over the course of a couple days.
Okay.
So I'm, again, not really worried about it, but I, am doing my thing. I've been awake for like 36 hours, right, by this point, when I notice a crack on the wall has a little bit of water coming down on it, right?
Those are the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little crack. It's got a little water coming down. I'm like, okay, not that big of a deal. I'm just going to keep working. So I ignore this crack, ignore the water coming down it. I'm getting ready to head to bed. And finally, after staying up for like 36 hours, I hop in bed, go to sleep, right? Then my stupid dog gets up, jumps out of the bed, and starts barking. It's like wanting me to take it outside or something. I'm like, no, dog, I'm not taking you outside. I already did. And my dog's just barking, being a little whiny dog. So I'm like, fine. I jump out of bed, go to pick up my dog, and right as I step out of the bed, my feet just sink into the carpet and water just seeps up through the carpet. And I'm like, at first I'm like, oh my gosh, did my dog just have an accident on my floor? But no, that's not what happened. I was wondering that for a second, but no, that is not what happened. What happened was water had come in from a crack in the foundation. It had rained so much, and water had come in through all these layers of dirt, come up through a crack in the foundation, and was now like coming along underneath the carpet, and anywhere I stepped, it would like soak up through.
That's actually happened to my house too. It's awful.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah.
And so I'm immediately, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So I go and get a box cutter, and I just start cutting up layers and layers of carpet, right? Like our whole basement is carpeted, and I'm just like cutting swaths of expensive carpet. But anyway, so I cut it all up, and I throw it outside just for the time being. I don't leave it there, just check it out. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, as I see this like tide of water. The basement is like slightly like slanted just a little bit, right? So the water is like pooling near where the crack is, and it's like building up and then slowly coming over to where my computer and all like my computer desk and all that stuff is, like my computer tech stuff, which is all on the ground conveniently within the water's path. And my computer weighs like 80 pounds, right? So
There's no reason why it should weigh that much. I'm just saying.
It's got liquid cooling, so it's got a bunch of liquid. The reservoir is really big, and the thing is really big. But I go over to my computer, right? Or I'm thinking at first, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to like get all my stuff like upstairs, right? But I just can't react quickly enough. Like it's behind the desk, and I have to move the desk, and there's just not enough room. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. So I react quickly, and I go get a towel, and I start like soaking up the water by patting it with a towel, and then like
do anything.
Yeah, I'm like twisting it into a little bowl, and I'm just like doing that for a couple minutes. I'm like pat, twist, pat, twist. I do this for like an hour, right? And my hands start getting like really pruny, right? Really cold because the water is freezing. It's like in the mid, like it's coming down and it's really cold outside, and so the water is like near freezing but not cold enough to actually be snow. So I'm like twisting off, and finally, as it's starting to rain harder and the water is coming in faster, and eventually I just can't keep up with it, so I go get this shop vacuum, right, which is like you can suck up water as well as
it sucks into like a big tank, right?
Yeah,
it's got like a hose on the end. Yeah,
exactly. So I go get this, plug it into the wall, and I set it up, and I'm just start sucking up water, right? And I'm just like sucking and sucking water as quick as I can, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll just do this for a little bit, and then I'll be able to suck up all the water, and my computer will be safe, right? And then I go to pull out my phone, right, as I'm in the middle of this. I'm like, I'm gonna check the weather just to see how long it's supposed to rain, right? And I look at it, and the weatherman says that it's supposed to rain for like another 18 hours. And I'm already running on fumes as it is. I've been awake for 36 hours, and he says it's going to go for another 18. And
partially that's your fault. Come on.
No, I almost lost it, right? Yeah, staying awake for that long. But seriously, you're about to head to bed, you know, you're about to fall asleep, and then something like this happens where you pretty much have to stay awake or risk losing, like, your expensive computer. Like, I was not a happy camper. At this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I just, you know, tough it up. I go through, and I'm just vacuuming, and my shirt gets wet, right? Gets covered with water, and it's like starting to seep, like, it's seeping to my skin. It's getting really cold, so I take my shirt off. And the same thing happens to my pants, so I take my pants off. So I'm just sitting there in my boxers in water, right? Like, vacuuming, and it's coming in faster and faster and faster, and I'm just vacuuming this water up as it's coming in, and it keeps speeding up. Like, the rain just keeps coming down harder. I'm just like yelling at the ceiling, like, rain, please stop. And so like 1 hour goes by, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, right? And I check the weather, and the estimate got a little smaller, right? Because it was like being blown a little north, but I still had at least like, you know, another 6 hours to go, according to the weatherman. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And my muscles are like,
you're probably
on
at this
fire.
point hoping he's wrong, like he normally is, about literally all the other weather reports.
I'm like, please, if this weatherman is right, this one time the weatherman's right, I'm going to lose it. But so I'm just sitting there vacuuming. And have you ever done like the same motion, right, for hours?
For hours?
Maybe cutting wood or something like that?
Yeah. I cut wood all the time, yeah.
Yeah, I have, believe me. And your arms just get so sore. Your muscles just, like, they burn. And you still keep going. Like,
you just keep doing it. You just don't think about it. You just keep doing it.
I just kept doing it. And the water, right, would get to the point where it would fill the tank, and I'd have to rush over to the drain, like that basements have, and I'd have to drain it out really quick. And then I'd go back over. And my roommate wasn't here, right, at the time. Like, my roommate was away, but my brother was over. He was visiting, but he had stayed the night, and he's laying on the couch. And so at one point I was like, hey, I need your help with this, come and help me. And he's like, nah man, I'm gonna go to work. He just leaves. I'm like, no, call in sick. And he's like, nah. He leaves. So I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm just sitting there vacuuming this water up, just going. And finally, 8, 10, 12. At one point, I've been going and just exhaustion. Like, I had no breaks, right? This entire time. Just, if I stopped vacuuming just for a moment, it would have, like, reached my computer after a couple seconds and just fried it, right? So at one point, I'm just like, I like passed out, and I like woke up with my face in water. Ew. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I like pushed myself up and kept vacuuming, right? And so finally the rain stopped, right? I'm thinking, oh, thank you, the rain has finally stopped. I was so happy. But I still had like another 3 hours to go, because the water that was already in the ground still had to like finish sinking through and coming up through the floor. And so finally, after another 3 hours, it finished going through, and it's eventually like slowed down. slowed down. Like there was like 15 minutes, then 30 minutes, then like an hour, and then eventually it stopped. And I was so happy after doing it was like 12 to 16 hours of this, right? Of just, and my arms were just on fire, right? And I just couldn't even believe it. But there's a happy ending to this story though. My roommate.
You found your princess.
No. I didn't find the princess, but my roommate came back after a little while and made me pancakes, so I was very happy about that. I got some pancakes out of it. But
you used the pancakes to sop up the water.
Yeah, I should have. Should have just thrown a bunch of batter down. But I was that to me was awful. One of the most horrible experiences I've ever had. Like, just I was already super tired, super excited to get in bed, and then like squish and water, and then like all that carpet gone. It was just horrible.
You know, like halfway through, you're probably thinking, "This is it. This is how I go out. This is how my life is ending."
Oh, I'm telling you, if the rain, it would have reached a point. If the rain had not stopped, where I just wouldn't have been able to do it, and I would have just died trying to keep water from getting to my computer, passed out from exhaustion, and drowned in an inch of water. That's a way to go out. Definitely. Bad boy Halo drowns in a basement puddle. But yeah, not a pleasant experience.
Some people will pay for that kind of experience.
Maybe.
You never know.
Never know. Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. If you like this story, please give it a thumbs up. And before anyone says it in the comment section, you're right. I should just be thankful I have a computer that I can even, risk getting soaked with water, because some people don't even have that. And so, yeah, I am thankful of that. I'm just saying that in the context of this situation, this is one of the worst experiences that I've ever had recently. There was that one time. It's not the worst experience I've ever had. The time I took out power for thousands of people was much worse than that. But anyway, yeah, let me know if you guys like this story. Give the video a thumbs up. If you'd like to hear more, go ahead and let me know. And please, if you haven't experienced something bad that happened with you that had, mostly a happy ending or something like that, go ahead and share it in the comment section, because this story did kind of have a happy ending, and that nothing got destroyed besides a little bit of carpet. So also, guys, if you're interested in seeing my computer parts, I linked them in the description and wrote them out for you guys to check out. Also, if you want to come and check out my server, it's munchiemc.com. We currently have an awesome sale on ranks and whatnot, so if you want to check that out, head on over. It's like a 40% off lifetime ranks or something like that, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know what you thought of the video. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Dog, stop eating things off the ground. What is wrong with you?